And part 3. I made 4 cycles of increasing in peyote stitch. On the top of the last one I added 1 bead. It is not a rule, it's just me doing that at the end of my work in circular peyote stitch. I added that, that is how I finish. So before we continue, I'm going to explain you how to sew your tail thread into your work here, because I advise you not to use the first 2 rows what you made, because it's very tight and very crowded, and you can maybe break your needle or break a bead. So avoid those 2 first rows, with the golden beads and then this blue beads. It is much better and easier to use the beads in the peyote part, where those blue beads. So you just sew your thread zigzag into that part, and chances that you break a needle or break a bead are much less, and it's going much easier. So this is my advice. You can follow it or not. Sew in your tail thread, and then we are going to continue and make a loop for the pendant on this little shape. Now my thread exits through the second bead, and that is exactly the center. Pick up 1 bead and pass through the next up bead. Turn your work. It's going to be very easy. Pick up 1 bead, pass back through the bead we just added, and passed down through the next bead. It's an old peyote count peyote stitch, but with 3 beads it's going very easy. Turn your work, pick up 1 bead, and again pass down through 2 beads. Bead from the previous row and the bead just below the bead. It's going a little bit heavy. Through the bead just below the bead you just added. Through those 2. Pass, take your thread out. Now pass up back through the first added bead. I did that a little bit from that side. You can turn your work and do it. Turn your work and add 1 bead. This is the easy part, yeah? Turn your work again and pick up 1 bead and pass down through 2 beads. Now it's even easier because the strip is going to be longer. We are going to continue like this and make as many rows you want, because then we are going to zip up this strip to the back of your pendant. Now back through the bead there. I'm back, guys. I made my strip. What I'm going to sew now back to the back of this pentagon. When you fold it, you will see how big the loop is, how much space you have for your chain, or if you are beading, if you have a beaded rope, you will need more, of course. My last row is with 1 bead, because I decided to zip up this to this between those 2 beads. So this is the last bead. This is the last bead on the edge. I don't want to be on the edge, but I can sew zip up my strip to those 2 beads. Here is the space for that 1 bead. Okay, you fold down I have to turn it on the other side. So this is where I want to be. My thread exit through this bead, pass through this, that is the last row what I made, pass through that bead on the pendant. I'm not going to pull tight now. Then pass through, how we said that zip up is going, pass through that 1 bead on the top of my strip and pass through the next, wait a minute, through the next bead on my pentagon. And now I'm going to pull tight. Okay, I pull tight. You see? So, but now we also would be nice to make it a little bit more strong. So from this bead I can go up and pass through those 2. From the bead where my thread exit, I go back through the beads on my strip, pull, I go even 1 more there, so I am using again beads on my strip, and then I am passing here back through the bead on my pendant. If you are comfortable with this, you can now just continue and sew your working thread into your work and cut the thread, and you have a little pendant with a loop for your chain. So of course it's a odd count peyote stitch, otherwise it would not be in the middle of your work. You can make another pendant like this, but also use some other colors and add or also use golden colors somewhere here in your work and make some make a real pattern. And yeah, you can do that. You can use this and attach the ear wire. You can attach ear wire here on through this bead and make earrings. So that's it. This is circular peyote stitch with additional lesson how to make a loop and use it as a pendant. So that's it. In the next lesson we are doing the hollow shape in circular peyote stitch. Also easy peasy, no worries. See you in the next lesson.